It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Dudes. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. And for the next 30 minutes, we got 3 topics or subjects to present to you that we did not discuss on our Theme Park Thursday Live podcast this week. Check out Theme Park Thursday, the podcast, on all your favorite podcatchers, including Spotify, which apparently wasn't hosting our podcast for well over a year and a half. Totally fine. Something went wrong, never paid attention to it. Now we're back on Spotify. I've added playlists on Spotify. I have a whole Citizens of Hollywood playlist. I have a whole nostalgia playlist. I have a music playlist. So make sure to check that out over on the Spotify. You know, it's fancy. On the Theme Park Thursday podcast, we discussed, Jen, the 3 pillars of Bob Chapek.
We were calm and rational.
Mm-hmm. I thought we presented our things very well, our feelings. So make sure to check that out. Listening back this morning, I was like, I wish I said this, I wish I said that, but there was just so much. There was so much to discuss. And
too much happening.
We could have presented Chapek in a better light, maybe. I
mean
not that
we could have.
We could have.
Yeah.
You know, it's a unprecedented time.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to check that out over on the Theme Park Thursday podcast. But good morning to everyone watching this morning.
Good morning, Steffers, who says she listens to us on Spotify. Have you done that recently, Steffers? No. Lexi, Nate, did I say that? Dr. Val, hello to all. Nate, I feel like we haven't seen you in a while. Am I crazy?
I think he's crazy. I think he's crazy. I think you're crazy. What do you think?
Oh, wow. You think everybody's crazy? Oh, that's nice.
This is why we're all here, everybody, on a Thursday morning at 10 a.m.
That's true.
Well, if that's true, Stuffers, I don't know, because I went and it wasn't given me, and then I had to put everything back in last night. So I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe it's in there twice now. Who knows? That's not a far-fetched thing there, Lexi. Very, very, very close. It's a whole thing.
What? With my bestie? Never. He has nothing to do with it.
I mean, Jen has taken a picture with him. Look, I mean, I'm not gonna. Everyone should be responsible.
Yeah.
But I just think that there's one person as the face right now of the company. I don't think.
Is he the face of the company? I don't even know if I would call it. I feel like Demaro is the face, and then
if we're talking about the parks, sure, but you know, let me introduce you to Geppetto. There's a TikTok reference for everyone.
Exactly.
And
we
here
have
we go.
to do that TikTok, by the way.
I did it. Did it this morning. I did it this morning. Mm-hmm.
I gotta catch up.
Improving Frank over on TikTok. I dropped 4 TikToks in 2 days.
That's a lot. Well, you have to post like 2 to 3 times a day if you want to gain followers, allegedly.
Well, that's what they say. All right, 3 topics. Here we go. Topic number 1, Festival of the Arts starts this weekend. I got the foodie guide up. We'll examine some of the foods, also known going forward as Festival of the Figment Popcorn Bucket. So everything is sent. I mean, it's going to be Black Friday over at the Festival of the Arts this weekend. People looking for this popcorn bucket. Topic number 2, a flower and garden. What? Hey, we're talking about Festival of the Arts, but this week Disney Parks announced the music lineup for the old Flower and Garden Festival this spring. Mm-hmm. And topic number 3, again, I don't usually tell Jen what these topics or subjects are this week. Testing. Universal Studios offering a testing program for its employees starting in February, I believe. throw in somewhere in there. So we'll review that quickly and with complete neutrality and
Da, da, da,
just
da, da.
yeah. So we'll examine that as well. So at this time, we will say, place your bets. Topic 3, testing. Topic 2, the music acts at Flower and Garden. Topic number 1, Festival of the Arts. Take your time. Let it settle in for a second. At this time, I'll tell you, you can send all cards, gifts, and ideas for Jen's birthday month to 55 Gerard Street, number 987, Huntington, New York, 11743. Jen's birthday month. We are 2 weeks away. Fortnite. It's a fortnight away, and not to be confused with the game Fortnite. I don't really know what Fortnite is. I just hear
I'm
it's a
not
game or something.
happy. To get off this topic, we're also live over on the TikTok, everybody. So 2 options for watching here.
TikTok. I gotta let Jen talk more if she's live on TikTok. So
Yeah, that's fine.
we'll keep that in mind. A lot of comments. A lot of 1, 2, 3. A lot of 1, 2, 3s today. 1, 2, 3.
Jeffers,
1, 2, 3, 1,
you
2, 3.
lose. Sorry, Jeffers.
1, 2, 3. Jeffers went 3, 2, 1. So we'll go right. Let's start at the very beginning. Topic number 1, Festival of the Arts. Can I share my screen? Share my screen. Can I do it? Can I share the screen? Let's see. Oh, there's all these tabs. All these tabs I have up. So, premiering January 14th, it's the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Now, here's what, let me just, before I go into it, we're at a tangent here. I have said a couple of times on this podcast over maybe the last, maybe it's in the entire duration, but definitely in the last 2 to 3 years, I contend that the Festival of the Arts has become the most popular of the festivals at Epcot. Jen, agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I feel like the love for it has increased. I also feel like the timing of it, where it seems to overlap with the marathons, has something to do with that as well. I don't know if, you know, it's the festival going on during the marathon, so the marathon runners can do their thing and then party in a way. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and then just in terms of maybe because it's quieter during this time. I don't know. People are like, oh, something to do in January. And then, I just feel like the food has been improving during the Festival of the Arts. I feel like just the atmosphere in general has been better. I don't know. But maybe it's just the arts are always underappreciated. So now we're getting some love from them.
True. Hello to Daddy-O. Thanks for hopping on from Facebook.
So running from January 14th through February 21st, right in the midst of an 18-month-long Walt Disney World Resort 50th anniversary. I don't know if you know that the 50th anniversary is going on. You can get a glimpse of the 15 food studios, right? They're not booths from different countries, everyone. They're food studios. Like the brand new Craftsman Courtyard. So there we go. Look at the Figment popcorn bucket, everyone. You start your eBay auction prices now. I don't usually, Jen, like, when I see the foodie guide come up, I kind of like scroll quick, see if anything jumps up in text. This is the first time I have really looked. I don't know who the photographer was this time around, if it's the same photographer, but I thought the presentation of the food in these photos it made my eyes open a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, they're a little more artsy. Huh?
Yeah.
How perfect for the
wait
art
a minute,
festival.
I got it all together. So here this is where we go through some of the items, and Jen tells us what she can't eat because of what's gluten, tomato soup with grilled cheese. Let's go to the deconstructed dish near Port of Entry. Deconstructed BLT, crispy pork belly, soft poached egg, brioche, watercress, and tomato jam.
Tomato jam.
Deco delights. You got the decadent desserts, as it were, chocolate mousse and some orange mousse. And over there, we got here's the Craftsman Courtyard. That's brand new, right? So we got the cast iron. It's cast iron. That's big deal. Do you have a cast iron pan, Jen?
I do not.
Nor do I, because I think it takes too much maintenance to have one of those. Let us know in the chat if you have a cast iron pan.
Yes.
and
how you take care of it.
Yeah, and what are some of your specialties
Yeah.
on your cast iron pan? But some mussels, some steelhead trout there as well. Here's one for you, Jen. I saw in the
Oh,
refreshment outpost the plant-based bratwurst with spicy turmeric.
yeah.
Where
Is it
in
turmeric or turmeric?
I don't know. Uh, is
I
it
mean,
turmeric?
I
What
don't
did I
know. I
say?
feel
Turmeric?
I you you said turmeric, I think, and I always say
We're gonna
turmeric.
do a good 5 minutes on this. Uh, I don't know. Now I'm confused. But Jen, where are you on the plant-based meat?
I mean, I don't eat it often, and I've had some, veggie burgers and such, but
Right?
I don't have
Because you
much
can still
more
eat
than that.
meat.
Right. That's still on the list as of now. Next year, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen at this point year to year, but that isn't. Dr. Val is saying I am correct. It is turmeric.
It's turmeric? What?
Mhm. Turmeric. It's
It's not
such a Long
turmeric?
Island thing. Yo, you put some turmeric on it.
Listen, if you cook one of these brats on a radiator
Yeah.
or a radiator,
Radiator.
is it? Wait, now which one is it? We do this all the time. We've
For
been saying radiator, but it's
We say
radiator.
radiator. It's radiator,
Oh my god, I can't.
which makes sense because it radiates heat. But we
Right.
say radiator
So I've been
because
saying
we're
it
Long
correctly
Islanders.
more often lately. Right.
Right.
Not radiator. How did we
Right.
learn to say radiator?
The household we grew up in, and everyone saying words the wrong way. I don't know. Yeah.
Uh, the pastoral palate over by Germany. Got some short rib, the wild boar, the artist tail, beef Wellington over by America, the American Adventure. Are we
Hmm.
calling it America these days? It says here in parentheses, just America. I mean, we're still calling it the American Adventure, right? Has there been a change in my program?
Well, I guess so. But if you go by each country, it's like the France Pavilion. So I see that it would be like
Hmm.
America
Hmm.
Pavilion. Just a side
America.
note here, Daddy-O is saying turmeric is good for arthritis, and he's right because it is good for inflammation. So I just wanted to back him up on that. But yeah.
All right.
Oh, Jeffers has 2 cast iron pans used
I can see Jeffers having
exclusively
that.
on
That makes
charcoal
sense.
barbecue grill.
Oh,
We're gonna need
interesting.
a TikTok of you using these pans, Jeffers. Thank you.
We will. That's for sure. I think we definitely would need that. So that is what's going on with the old foodie guide. That was a brief synopsis there, as we're already 17 minutes away from this live stream being over. The sun is
I know. I'm
streaming
like, oh, I have like
into
this orb
Jen's room
around me all of a sudden.
there. So again, it's I think they've crafted, no pun intended, the food items to be more crafty, and more artsy. That has heightened the optics of Festival of the Arts here. So that starts this weekend for the next 5 weekends, 6 weekends, or so. Topic number 2, Jen. I don't know if you want to go through more comments before I.
Yeah, I was just gonna do that. Dr. Val, we're still on turmeric. Everybody, we are still on turmeric because this is a big topic. Dr. Val says that they suggested she increase her intake of it, and I know what I'm talking about, Dr. Val. I mean, I should basically be Dr. Jen at this point. I mean, let's be
Are
real.
you saying you
So
take turmeric? Do you take turmeric
I don't,
for?
but I have it in the like a spice version of it. So I'll put it in I'll mix it in with like soups. Sometimes I'll like mix it in with some chili. I'll put it in some places so I don't have it like full on, but just
Mm-hmm.
sprinkle it in places
Because sometimes
sometimes.
I get the gout. And sometimes it's gout
Right.
or it's arthritis. So
Right. And yeah.
because it's always big toe. It's big toe, like right down the.
See, if I so I have recently gotten that like only twice, but I wonder if it's more related. We're just doing a whole health half hour here, related to my other health issues and like if there's, things are out of whack, but it's next to my pinky toe personally. So that's where I get it.
Lexi not
Yeah,
blaming it on Long Island. She says radiator, just so we know.
she's Suffolk. That's why.
It's
If
Suffolk.
you grew if you grew up in Nassau. If you grew up in Nassau, you're going to, like, oh my God, the radiator is so hot. It's crazy in here. Like, you don't say radiator in. Nassau.
Here we while we're all transitioning into the next topic, make sure you like this YouTube live stream here. So and tell your friends, tell everyone you know.
Ooh, just
you're
dropped
right.
my phone,
You got the song,
which is on my computer. Everybody, in case anyone's looking for it, like
Everyone's...
I will be later.
Topic number 2, flower and garden. Can I share my screen? Share the screen. I got all the articles. There's another one from Disney Parks blog. So make sure I don't hit that, or everyone learns more about my life than they want to. And here we go. Can you see it? Can you see it now? Get ready to rock. Garden Rocks concert series is returning to Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. We got from March 4th all the way to June 20th. Festival of the Arts, 6 weeks. Flower and Garden, months. You get months.
Food and wine, 6 years.
So, it's always, they always bring in some fan favorites to round out the schedule here. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Kool and the Gang, the Commodores, the Pointer Sisters, right? I mean, at this point, are you not doing the Hugh Grant Love Actually dance when the Pointer Sisters jump comes on?
Lee, you missed a lot, including turmeric, but welcome. Thank you.
Turmeric. In England, Lee, do they say turmeric or turmeric?
Yes, or turmeric, as Frank says it.
Turmeric.
No? Why is the party not on this list?
The party you know what? Dear Disney Parks. That's true. But Starship, Jen, name the Starship song that you are most familiar with for 5 points.
I can't right now because you say Starship, and recently the 7-year-olds got into the Starship song by Nicki Minaj. So you say starships, and I'm like, starships are meant to fly. That song. So I can't even think now.
No, the Starship song you are probably the only Starship song you are familiar with is "And We Can Build This Dream Together."
It's like one of my favorites. You want something to give me a nostalgic punch in the gut? You play that song. Lee, that doesn't help at all. So we're probably just going to have to get a soundbite of you saying it.
Let's see. We got Little River Band, Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon. Peter Noon must have negotiated that into his contract that Herman's Hermits had to have starring Peter Noon on it. And, something tells me I'm into something good. So that's where we are with the Flower and Garden music acts. Beginning January 19th, guests can secure their spot at the show by booking a Garden Rocks dining package available Friday through Monday. Find out more by visiting freshepcot.com. Gotta sell those dining plans. Oh, you know what? That's fair, Nate. I think Jen would also know that Starship song. That's a good one.
We built this city. I can imagine that, Louis. Like, what? First of all, this episode is just kind of off the rails anyway, but then to just be listening in one ear while you're listening to a meeting in another.
I was like, why is Frank singing in falsetto 80s ballads? Why is that happening right now?
So John is saying this lineup compares equally to Universal's Mardi Gras, except much longer. Yeah.
Well, and that I mean, and maybe I'll have to do some fact checking, but to me, the music acts at Epcot in general have always been on the heels of Universal's Mardi Gras. I agree.
Yeah.
So
yes, Lee, they are.
Plain White Tees? Oh, interesting. Okay.
You don't know Plain White Tees?
Not really, no.
Well, apparently not, Lee, but you know what? Frank's old, so he doesn't count. If you want to get an American consensus of whether bands are popular or not, you talk to me. Don't talk to Frank.
And what's funny is, because how many questions? What are the core years of Plain White Tees? I don't.
I mean, probably like 2000 and like 2008-ish. They probably kicked off a little more.
Listen, if it doesn't coincide with the years
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? That one. Do you know Hey There, Delilah?
No.
What?
No.
What's the other one? I can't think of the other one right now. There's too many songs going on in my head.
If it doesn't coincide with the years I worked at Sam Goody, which
Yeah, no.
is
No,
1991
forget it.
to 1995, then no. Oh, they're an American rock band. See, when Lee brought it up, I was like, well,
yeah.
I don't.
Look, see, Steffers has seen them live.
Oh, okay.
Lee's Apple Music doesn't go past what is that? Oh, 2002. You're saying, Lexi, what are you saying? What to Frank not knowing the songs?
Plain White Tees. There's music that basically that maybe it's just the 90s music. Maybe that's really all I really know about music.
Well,
Because
that's
like
true.
I know like the best of the 60s, 70s, 80s, kind of thing. But 90s is like my musical library knowledge.
That's the other song. Wait, now I'm trying to think of how it goes.
Okay. Plain White Tees, turmeric. How are we saying that word now?
Turmeric. The correct way is how we're saying it.
I see.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to hear this.
The Steffers not like me? What did I do? What did I do? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's the other song. There's only one thing to say. Like that song. I'm singing it really well. You can't pick up on it?
No.
Anyway.
No. I'll do a TikTok to a Plain White Tees song.
Yeah. I would like you to do a ranking of Plain White Tees songs.
The rankings are my jam. That's my favorite TikToks to do. To Billy Joel this week. We'll discuss that at Dillos Resort following this.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with your list.
All right, we'll discuss that.
Drop my phone again. I don't know if I was gonna maybe duet it and be like, let me.
This is supposed to be a Theme Park Thursday Live. A lot of the times when I plan out the Theme Park Thursday Live, I'm like, ideally, maybe I'll use like this portion if we do this topic, and I'll just use that as a bonus in the podcast feed. That's what I like try to think ahead for.
Right.
And then this stuff happens, and I'm like, Next week.
No. We did say at one point this would be Theme Park Thursday episodes from now on. And then if we had guests, we'd change it up. But otherwise, this would be the episode.
Yeah. Or if we had a guest, we'd do the guest on like the first half. We would edit that, and then we would take Theme Park Thursday Live and we would put it on the back end of the interview. Yeah. Like we're like, that's what we'll do. That's what this will be going.
Right.
But then you get turmeric for turmeric. Okay, so testing. I'm going to share my screen one last time here because we have 7 minutes before we have to move on with our lives. Universal updates vaccination policy for employees. This is from mynews13.com down in Orlando. Universal Orlando has updated its employee COVID-19 vaccination policy to comply with federal guidelines. It was sent out in an email on Monday, requires all employees to be fully vaccinated by February 9th or undergo weekly COVID-19 testing and continue wearing face masks. Then it goes on, health and safety, OSHA regulations, et cetera, et cetera. That whole article is over at my13.com.
But they will also be requiring vaccinated workers soon, no?
No, yeah, it says all employees to be fully vaccinated, or you got to undergo. You don't have to be fully vaccinated. It's one or the other. So, I mean, I think ideally, because I had to look up, I actually did research prior to this, believe it or not.
Weird.
It's totally weird. So I looked up because I was like, all right, how many employees are we talking about? Because for Disney, I feel like, trying to spread out their testing.
Yeah.
What do you have to go behind the Magic Kingdom once a week to get tested or whatever? Like, because it's so vast on Disney property, where for the good of Universal is it's kind of centralized. It's not too spread out where they can probably make their testing operations a little bit easier. So, Disney has 3 times the employees that Disney has 3 times the employees that Universal has. So Universal, like somewhere like 25 to 30,000.
Right.
And I looked up based on when they shut down in March of 2020. So Disney had about 77,000 employees somewhere in there. Cast members, team members. Sorry, I'll use the proper vernacular going forward. idea of, if you're thinking maybe 70 to 80% of people are vaccinated, so how many are we? We're talking about 20% of staff maybe that would have to get tested every week. So what's that put out, like 16,000 or so for universal employees? It's a lot of people, and knowing a little something about, like, it's expensive. So maybe it's cheaper in Florida to get tested, but per test to bring an operation onto your property to do testing is costly. And so Universal is taking on a great cost. But what's fascinating, Jen, and here's where I'm going to pass it to you because I'm talking a lot now, is where, Universal suddenly, with the mask policy and with the vaccination moving ahead of Disney here, where they were kind of like, no, we're not doing what Disney is doing during Delta. So what are your thoughts?
I mean,
me, no opinion. Jen, what are your thoughts?
This or this, Jen? So first off, I will say something, and I need the music playing behind me while I say it, because I am surprised to see this happening in said state without pushback from leaders of that state, that this is allowed to be happening. And I wonder if we will see some pushback or some comments made about it. Hey, Carlos. So I think it's really interesting to see it happening, but I think it makes sense. And I think, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, there are, at least in Disney, and I know we're talking about Universal, but I'm sure it's happening there too, that there are a lot of cast members, team members, employees that are testing positive, and, they're short-staffed, and all these things are happening. So I'm sure this is just another way to try to mitigate the issues and try to keep the operation running as best they can. So, I'm not opposed to it. I find it surprising to be happening in the state, but we'll see how it all goes and how long it all lasts. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at, especially maybe this is on the heels of the Bob Chapek missive that came out this week with the 3 pillars, looking at it from business perspective. I would love to know how Universal decided to run, what numbers they ran in order to come to this decision, because it's still a business decision at the end of the day. They're still paying a lot of money for this to happen, but there must be something in whatever surveys, what have you, they're doing something that says, what, we're going to get more bucks for our bang by doing this. And putting this policy in place than we are operating how we currently are. So that's where my thoughts are on it. But again, it'll be interesting to see if Disney has a response to it, because I think Disney has a greater challenge ahead of them with 3 times, 4 times as many employees.
Right.
Anywho, it's 10:28. We have 2 minutes left. We did a cohesive topic or subject right there.
Right.
That's how it should be.
We did not mention turmeric at all during that topic, that last topic.
Well, don't forget, tonight over on the Florida Park Explorers YouTube channel, we will be on the Disney Underground, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to try not to say Digital Underground like I did in a blooper that we posted at the resort last week. The Disney Underground at 9 p.m. on Florida Park Explorers. Our buddy Gene, another Long Islander, will be there. So if you haven't had enough of us here, check us out at 9 p.m. over on the Florida Park Explorers YouTube channel. Then tomorrow we decided to do this because we do whatever we want. We're going to watch along the Full House episode where the Tanner family goes to Walt Disney World. Bob Saget passed away. I was like, is that a topic or a subject this week? But we can cover all of that tomorrow in a Full House watch along. That'll be at 10 a.m. here on our YouTube channel. And don't forget, we were guests over on Adventures with Steffers this week. So there's Steffers information running across the bottom of the screen. I feel like we're everywhere. We're everywhere. What's going on? Too much of us.
It's a big week.
Let me Dillo it. Too much of us. Right now, we'll be going over to dillosdizresort.com for a little post-show chat, legit like 20 minutes coming up because Frank has a meeting at 11 a.m. So make sure to join us there, dillosdizresort.com. For those of you who are leaving us at this time, thanks so much for joining in, participating in the chat. We'll be back here on Thursday morning next week at 10 a.m. Until that time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces. Yes, we do, Carlos. Yes, we do.